Hey y'all, I'm Laura Richardson, and we are bringing you another episode from Relevate today, talking about I'm moving to North Carolina, now what? So, new construction, post building tips. So, obviously, when we're thinking about building a house, we're thinking about the buildup, the research, the which house am I going to go with? Which land lot am I going to choose? Which builder am I going to work with? And then you go through the process of building the home, you close, and that's it. But wait, there's more. So, y'all, it is not done just because you've closed on your home. There is still work to be done because many of you probably purchased your home with a 1-10 warranty. This is a specific type of builder warranty where you actually get something called an 11-month walkthrough. So, that one part of the 1-10 is that first year where it's workmanship. Right? The second year, we're talking appliances and things like that. 10-year usually is structural. And that portion of the warranty stays with the house and rolls to potential new buyers who might own within that time frame. So to back up for a second, what are the things that I would suggest you do between closing and the end of that first year? Well, the first thing is going to be start a Google Doc. So if there's multiple of you in the house, so if you bought it with somebody else, make sure you share that with them, some kind of note where you can jot things down, so verbiage, as well as take some real-time photos. You want to document anything that has started to kind of break down, to change, to shift. It doesn't work the way it was intended. And you want to kind of show that over time because sometimes it's not just about the initial compromised thing, it's about how it compounds and gets worse over a longer period. So this is great evidence to be able to give to your builder or to whomever you're supposed to talk to with the builder. So give a detailed explanation, explain when you noted it, put the date, take a photo, and then also be really careful about hiring out a contractor to fix it before the end of that first year. There are quite a few little phrases in that warranty packet that will tell you that if somebody that is not one of their designated subcontractors, if they're not one of the folks that comes in and makes this amendment, this change, this fix, you could actually invalidate the entire warranty. So just be aware of the fine print before you hire out and make those changes. The second thing is know who the subs are. So in a lot of home projects, if you open up the kitchen cabinet, usually it's the one where the sink is kind of down there, look for your disposal. On the inside of that cabinet, there's a list of all of the subcontractors who did the big projects throughout the house, from HVAC to plumbing to your roof, painting, etc. And some builders are totally fine with you contacting that particular subcontractor directly and saying, hey, I have an issue. There is a backflow problem with the plumbing. Can you come and fix it? Some of them say you can only do that for the first 30 days, and then others, it's a longer period of time. Some will say you can't contact the subcontractors at all. We want you to go through us. So just make sure you understand the procedure of who you're allowed to use and not. And again, make sure that these things will not invalidate a home warranty. For example, let's say that they gave you the electrician that did all of the electrical work. You need to double check that adding certain things like a Ring doorbell or a Nest system, if that will invalidate some of the electrical features that you have under that warranty. So these are just good questions to kind of know, and you can kind of gauge the level of risk here. The third thing is getting a third-party inspection. So if you recall, before you closed on that home, hopefully you got a general inspection with a licensed inspector who came in and they created the honey-do list of all the things that the builder needed to repair prior to closing on your home. It's the same thing with the 11-month walkthrough. Make sure you get that third-party inspector who's going to call out anything that is not to code or that has broken down, and also double checking that you compare to the previous inspection report. So if you have these two inspection reports done by the same person, you can kind of compare apples to apples. Were there things that the builder said that they fixed previously that still isn't done? Or is there something that they said they fixed and the fix is not holding, it's not working? Again, this is just comparative evidence that helps kind of plead your case for them to make these fixes. And then this report can actually be given directly to the builder, and it's easy peasy to kind of line it up with your Google Doc and all of your documentation so that we have that kind of work order list. As an aside, I would also share your Google Doc list with your inspector as well to make sure that they call attention to those things. And then the fourth thing, file the request. Do not miss your window and your reminder to actually give this to the builder. That would be a really sad thing for you to miss that opportunity and not take advantage of making these fixes and these amendments to your brand new home. So ask the builder, How do you want me to do this? Is there a portal you have to access or an email you have to, like a specific email address you have to attach this to? And then also, when is too late to actually hit submit? Again, there's always a deadline. Some of them want it at 10 months, some want it 11 months, some will actually do a full blown additional walkthrough. So find out that process, make sure you contact the right person. And if you have any questions or suggestions, make sure to drop those in the comments below. I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate, and we'll see you on our next video.